morning, guys. In this arithmetic class, we'll be reading about rational numbers. Already you know what is this? A number which can be written in the term of p by q. It forms rational number, is it? Where p and q both should be integers and p and q are integers and q is not equals to 0 because they form rational number. Now we have positive rational numbers and negative rational numbers. What is this now? Can you tell me? If numerator and denominator have the same sign, then this is called positive rational number. And numerator and denominator, this you can see minus 5, minus 7, 5, 7. These are called positive rational numbers. And if any one is having negative sign as minus 5 by 7 and 5 by minus 7, this is called negative rational numbers. Then we have standard form and non-standard form. If the denominator is negative, it is non-standard form of rational number. So we can rewrite it as a positive denominator and negative numerator. Now you see, if it is 25 by minus 75, it is non-standard form of rational number. Now when we rewrite it, first of all we write use, and when we rewrite it minus 1 by 3, this is standard form. What you can see, what are the things that has changed? It has come to its lowest term and the denominator was negative, now the numerator is negative. We have interchanged the same. So now it is in standard form. So these things you can see in the first page itself, they have given the different properties of rational numbers. All the natural numbers, whole numbers, integers and fractions are rational number. Now a rational number is negative if the numerator and denominator are of opposite sign, and a rational number is positive if both are same sign. 0 is neither positive nor negative. Okay. Now this is the introduction, just a simple introduction. Now we have certain properties for rational numbers. Closure property, when we add two rational numbers, answer is rational number. Commutative property, this will be seeing now. The first property of rational number is first is closure. When we add sum and difference of two rational numbers, is rational. This is the meaning of this closure property. Already you have learned in class. The next is commutative. When we add two rational numbers, it is the meaning is a plus b, a by b plus c by d is equal to c by d plus a by b. 1 by 2 plus 3 by 5 will be equal to 3 by 5 plus 1 by 2, but the subtraction is not equal. Commutative property works only for the addition and multiplication. It doesn't work for the subtraction and division. Already you have learned. Now here also we have existence of additive identity. Now if 0 is added or 0 is subtracted, if 0 is added to any rational number, this answer remains as it is. That is the additive identity. As associative. Here the numbers are grouped together. 1 by 2 plus 2 by 4 or 2 by 5 plus 3 by 7 should be written as 1 by 2 plus 2 by 5 plus 3 by 7. Can be grouped anyhow, but the sum should be same. Now 4 is existence of additive identity. If any rational number 0 is added, the answer is as it is, or any rational number is added to 0, it is as it is. So that is the existence of additive identity. Now existence of additive inverse, any rational number if it is added with the same rational number with different sign, then the answer is 0. Additive inverse means sum should be 0. Inverse 8 by 9 should be added with what when it is 0? That is surely minus 8 by 9 or minus 5 by 6 added with what is equal to 0. So that is surely 5 by 6. So you can see the same fraction with the different sign. Is it? So when it is, so these are the properties related to rational numbers. Now we shall begin the exercise. Just have a look. The first question, you have to add it up. They have given you two rational numbers and you have to find the sum of those rational numbers. This is like the same. Number 1, add exercise 1.1. It was given 3 by 7 and minus 5 by 7. So we write here 3 by 7 plus minus 5 by 7. LCM is 7. 3 minus 5 or minus 2 by 7. Same as fractions additions. So number 1 you have to do in this way. Look at question number 2. Here you have to simplify. Question number 2, 1. It is 5 by 7 plus minus 9 by 10. Now the LCM of 7 and 10 we have to find because the denominators are different. So when we find the LCM of 7 and 10, this is 70. 7 tens are, so 5 tens are 50. Plus minus minus 9 sevens are 63. So this is minus 13 by 70. Now if you see question number 2, 5, you can see the denominators are negative. Question number 2, problem number 5. It is 1 by minus 12 plus 2 by minus 15. We'll rewrite it with the negative numerator and positive denominator, or the LCM of 12 and 50 is 60. 12 5s are 60, so this is minus 5. 15 4s are 60, so this is minus 8 or minus 13 by 60. So this is question number 1 and 2. Number 3, you have given both the sides. You have to verify it whether it is coming to equal or not. If it does not, you ask me in the comment box. So you have to finish today question number 1, 2 and 3. Okay. Then you will see the question number 4. Here they have asked, using appropriate properties, find the sum. You can see all the rational numbers are added with each other. So which properties it will be following? It will be following closure property because the sum of rational number is a rational number. So we'll be adding it as we used to add the fractions. Just see question number 4. which is given 2 by 5 plus minus 7 by 9 plus minus 11 by 10 plus 5 by 18. Now we have all different denominators, so we need to find the LCM. 5, 9, 10 and 18. So with 5 ones are 5, 2s are 10. Now with 2 and with 9. That's it. So the LCM is 90. Eighteen twos are 36, 9 tens are 7, minus 70 plus minus 99 plus 25, or 36 minus 70 minus 99 plus 25 by 90. Now you can see two positive integers and two negative integers. So according to the rule, what we are going to do? We are going to add positive together, 6 by 11, 61, negative together, 169 by 90. So the answer is minus 108 by 90. Both we can reduce. 45. Answer is minus 54 by 40. Now more it will go with 9. 9, 6 are 9, 5 is. So minus 6 by 5 is the answer. So question number 4, in this way you have to do, and then additive inverse, write it in the book itself. You don't need to do it in the copy. So question number 6 and 7 we'll discuss later. For today you leave it up to here. If there is a doubt you can ask me in comment box. Thank you dears.